It's theater school and we've yet to have a gay. It's just not realistic. It's just not realistic.
No, you're not wrong. You just caught me off guard.
Hello.
And welcome back to Hashtag Fire Emoji, episode 16.
And wow, has it been an exciting week.
It's a very exciting day, because we
Yes.
just found out that we have 30 subscribers.
You know,
Where did you come from?
we asked you to help me out of my fear of the number 7, skip the number 27, and you just rolled
You
with it.
delivered.
And now we are 12 subscribers away from our next ice cream cake.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
I have not forgotten about the ice cream
42.
cakes, so, make
Maybe
those
we'll
fake accounts.
eat it on camera this time.
Just all of it.
Yeah. The whole episode is just us eating cake.
So if you want to see the cake eating episode, you know what has to happen. 42.
42. Make an account for your boss. All right. Well, we were gonna do part 2 of this incredible series we've created.
We did come up with a name and I forgot it. It was like Behind the Curtain or something.
Was it curtain up, curtain call?
Curtain Call, something like that. Let's make a decision. I think it was Curtain Call.
It was, or was it? No. Curtain call.
Yeah.
Let's call it curtain call.
It's called Curtain Call.
Oh my gosh, we had such a good one too. Ah, boo. In the wings.
In the wings. In the wings. It was
In the wings.
And, we made our first great 2 seasons, and it's just so beloved that it will get picked up for, I think, like 2 more.
I think so. I think we get all 4 years of
I think we
year
get
1's
4
bachelor
years.
degree.
Do I think it will continue? I guess we'll find out. We'll
I
find
guess
out how
so.
good these seasons are.
It
But-
could be like Glee and have just like a drop-off season.
Yeah.
That just really stinks.
Yeah, and then never quite climb back. But I think for, our 4 additional viewers who maybe haven't watched.
Maybe you joined us
Maybe.
because of this series.
Yeah, maybe. Welcome. But for anyone who's coming who hasn't, who hasn't watched the video, we feel like we just also, for our brains, need to do a little recap. So you're in luck.
Yeah. So we have our 4 main characters.
Yeah.
This is our first year 4 main characters. We have Tanner the tenor, Melody from the small town, Ashley with the ego, and Steve the underdog.
Right.
Yes. So Steve and Tanner were roommates in year 1, and so were Melody and Ashley.
As you do.
Yes, Tanner and Ashley ended up dating because
They were dating year 1.
Tanner and ego, which just
Because-
made sense.
They just looked at each other and were like,
We're in love. You're perfect. I'm perfect.
So
we're perfect together. Yeah.
Born to be forever. Didn't kill it. But then, well, who were the leads? I forget why Tanner and Ashley broke up. Well, I think it was because I know that by the end of, because Tanner and Melody were the leads
Yes.
of the.
Yeah, because they were the leads, and then Ashley was all like,
Was-
"It's still a kiss. A kiss is a kiss."
Right.
And then they just
broke up.
actually, Tanner was like, "Yeah, we're just gonna make out on stage."
Oh, right. They pulled a Finn and Rachel.
They pulled a
from
Finn and
Glee,
Rachel.
where they just did too much and was like,
Yes.
wow.
And
I
then
forgot.
Tanner
That
was
dramatic.
like, "OMG, like I am really in love with you, Melody. Bye, Ashley."
Yeah, and then they dated season 2, and then season 2 ended with Tanner and Melody breaking up.
Yes.
Because Melody and Ashley kind of like switch spots.
Yes. Yeah, Ashley got majorly humbled,
Yeah,
and
In that
Melody's
first year.
ego got entirely blown up.
totally inflated by, her success in her first year. And then like, Ashley got a big part in the show. Right. It was led by Ashley and Zach.
Yes.
Who was that husband who's known as just relevant.
I have them written as relevant lead. I have Kira the anxious mess and Maya, Ashley's roommate.
Right. Oh, but Kira's Melody's roommate.
Yes.
Yes, and then Melody was like super mean to her the whole time. Even though Kira was like just like her in year 1. She didn't see it.
And that's why she resents her.
Yeah, that's why she was.
Not that we're getting too deep into character development yet.
That's for the actor.
That's or just the stage directions. Take them and run.
We don't want to give. We don't want to be those writers who are like, pensively with like stage directions like with a single nod. It's like absurdly specific.
Actor breathes and looks to the right.
That's very good. Right, and then Maya, right, because we had Steve. And Steve wasn't that relevant in the first season.
Yes, so didn't we make Steve date
Maya.
Maya?
Yes.
And they're like cutie patootie together.
And they're really cute.
That just, them dating just keeps everyone in the storyline.
It
or
really
else
does.
Steve would be gone.
Right.
And we need Steve because Steve and Melody are endgame.
Are they?
I thought so.
I thought we were saying Steve and Ashley were endgame.
Oh, awkward.
Because
I
I,
think
I
you're
think
right.
Tanner and Melody are going to come back together. We'll find out. Maybe. Who
I like
knows?
the idea that these pairings end up together.
Yeah.
Like that they're endgame. I would get a little EG for next time.
Like, as I think Steve and Ashley, from the first season, you wouldn't expect it, which is why we sort of have to, like, weasel it in.
Mm-hmm.
Like, through. Whereas, I think that was the thought with making it Ashley's roommate, is then they sort of naturally become
Swap
sort of
over.
a trio.
Yeah.
And, like, they get to know each other through there, or else why would they ever talk?
Exactly.
Ashley's way too good for Steve. Right.
Okay.
And then I remember we also added Kira and Maya, and I forget how old Zach is, because you had chosen that there were 2 shows that would happen every year. One with the first 2 years, freshmen and sophomores, and then one with, so then by having these 2 characters, well now for season 3, to keep it from getting like monotonous, we're dealing with 2 year-end musicals.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because you gotta keep this interesting, because, yeah.
I don't think we ever picked an age for Zach. I think we just made him relevant.
Yeah.
I think he was just, because we had Steve and Tanner battle for the part so
then-
hard that neither of them got it.
No, got it, and Zach just got it. And Zach's like, hey guys.
And Zach was supposed to be Davey, but then they were like,
you know what? Actually,
no.
it's your moment, Zach.
Okay.
Zach is a cool dude. I feel like Zach is a fan favorite.
Yes. Yes.
He's just chill.
He's just doing his thing.
Which means we probably need him to date a significant character in season 4. If he is a fan favorite, as we've decreed. But we're getting ahead of ourselves.
Yes. Well, we always have Kira.
Or is Zach gay? It's theater school and we've yet to have a gay. It's just not realistic. It's just not realistic.
No, you're not wrong. You just caught me off guard. Yes. Okay, I like it.
Maybe. But I don't think he needs a whole coming out. Like
No.
like,
He
this
just
is
exists like this.
2025. Maybe that's also relevant in season 2. It's just introduced. That's who he is.
Yes.
Oh, I like Zach more now.
Yeah, definitely a fan favorite.
Obsessed.
100%.
Then we need another character for his Kurt and Blaine storyline.
Or just rewriting Glee.
Maybe. Okay.
We're not going to talk about it.
I
It's
think
fine.
that's the whole recap.
Yeah. Now we're on season 3.
Season 3. All we have thus far is Tanner, Melody, Ashley, all single. Steve in a relationship
Yes. With
with Maya.
Maya.
Okay. What's like? I feel like something needs to happen at the beginning because we know the end is always going to be dramatic.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like a pitfall that we're falling into is like, the first year. The whole the first half of the season is them meeting each other, and then like we have places to go. And then the second season, it's the introduction of these new characters, and the top there's beginning. The end's always going to be good because the show.
Yeah. There's always going to be some kind of drama there.
But I think we need something else for the beginning to start us off.
Okay.
Like, what do they come back as? Like, has Steve done something? Steve has got to be more relevant. He's one of our core main characters. And we have underutilized him.
Well, Stevie.
Is he still living with Tanner?
I think so.
Is
Yeah, because they did that guy thing where they just moved on.
There was a lot of tension in the first year, and then they were just like, it's actually fine. So are they still living together?
I think they're still living together.
Are they on better terms? I feel like they might be.
But it might be more interesting if they're not.
Still?
They just like have like a hatred for each other they just don't talk about because they don't want to.
But why?
Hmm.
I'm all the way down. Because it's like in the beginning, it was very much like Steve was jealous of Tanner because Tanner is successful and well liked.
True.
And I guess Tanner's still well liked.
Yeah, we ended up liking Tanner at the end.
Yeah, he was really great because he took his ensemble role with pride. And broke up with Melody over it. Yeah, I think he ends season 2 looking really good.
Well,
what if it like doesn't have to be like romantic or like what if Tanner has to be around Maya for some reason? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And okay. I think Steve still has that. Like it's like one of those things where Steve's always going to have that perception, even though Tanner is not necessarily the hotshot that he was year 1.
Well, maybe when we were in theater school, we had those projects where the year 2s would cast the year 1s in something and put it on.
Oh, yes, that could happen at the beginning.
So we could have Tanner cast Maya in something.
Yes.
And then they're forced to be around with each other.
Yeah. And then I think Steve goes back to being his usual jealous self.
Yes.
And he's like, no.
No.
And Tanner, and then they're like, nah, bro, it's for the work.
and he's like, yeah, because Tanner already broke up with Ashley to be with Melody, and then is he still with Melody? I can't remember. No, they broke up too.
Dramatic.
Okay. So this gives Steve more of a reason to be like, what's going on? Okay.
Tanner's not single.
No. Tanner.
A tenor in a straight tenor in musical theater school single can't be.
Never.
Something's wrong.
Something incorrect.
And now he's near Maya.
Now he's around Maya. Okay, so there's tension there.
Okay, great.
This is good.
But then we also have. We need to have projects, or maybe some of them aren't doing projects for whatever reason. We know Tanner has a project.
Maybe this is like an extra credit thing.
A play or something, like, you know what I mean, like a smaller project.
Yeah.
It seems to me that Steve is not involved.
It's like a directing mentorship or something.
It seems to me that Steve is not involved because or else he would understand.
Yeah.
Like, I think Steve has opted out of this.
Steve thinks this is targeted.
Yeah. And Steve's not interested in, he wants to be an actor. He doesn't want to delve into, like, creative stuff. Whereas Tanner, being the awesome guy that somehow he is, which you did not picture, is like, yeah, I'll explore.
I like the ensemble, and I want to be a director.
Yeah, Tanner is exploring his new dreams. I love that for him.
Okay.
But I think Steve is like, nah, I want to be an actor.
Yes.
Like, does Amber? Not Amber. Why do I think her name's Ashley? Does Ashley have a project?
I think so, because I feel like she's also on her self-discovery
I also feel
arc.
like she would have one. What if Ashley, like, does something different? I feel like if she did something like, she did, like, a not a choral, but, like, then we could have a really cool, any excuse to have a really cool, sing. Like, arrangement that she,
yeah.
I feel like Ashley has a project like that.
Maybe Ashley's writing a musical. Who knows?
Yeah, I love that for her.
Okay.
What about our last upperclassman, Melody? Has she participated?
I feel like Melody thinks she's too good for it.
I think Melody thinks she's too good for it,
Too good for it.
But I think Melody needs some redemption.
Mm-hmm. She's becoming too hateable.
And I think in the early part of the season, something happens where Melody has to very quickly has to, like, be able to save Ashley's project. For someone's gotten nodes or something.
Oh no!
The worst of the worst.
Yeah.
And Melody has to step in and it sort of reminds her. You know what I mean?
Yes. It kind of brings her, it grounds her a little bit.
Yeah, she's like, oh yeah, this is why I like doing this.
Yeah. She has a moment of I'm not untouchable.
Yeah.
Okay, I like that. So that's like our mid-season.
Yeah, it's our mid-season arc. We have Steve's jealousy of Tanner. And then Ashley working on her project, and then whatever happens, I think it's just sickness or something. Like, I don't think it's additional drama. I think the only question for this first half of season 3 arc, do Steve and Maya make it out unscathed? Because Steve's probably being a real jerk about it.
I feel like if they don't, Maya breaks up with Steve.
I think so too.
I think Steve gets in a fight with Tanner about it.
Yeah.
I like that.
Oh, we have one of those scenes, so dramatic, where like they're fighting, and then Maya comes in from the other side, and is like, "Man, you can just talk to me." You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, why do we need to be doing this? And then she's
Why
like,
don't
"No,
you trust me?
Yeah, we're done.
Yes.
Okay, so mid-season breakup, as opposed to our. Love it.
Incredible.
And then I think Ashley comforts Steve, because we gotta get back.
Yeah, Ashley's got to get back in the picture.
Because we gotta get her, and if the show's only got 4 seasons,
They gotta get together for season 4.
Maybe we've had 2 seasons where it ends with breakups. Maybe this season ends with Steve and Ashley.
Which is crazy because Ashley is Maya's roommate. Which is insane.
Which gives us drama for season 4.
Yes. Oh, and then maybe Ashley and Steve are keeping it on the down low to not hurt her.
Oh, that's nice of them.
But she finds out in season 4. But that's for season 4.
That's season 4. Okay,
that's for
great.
season 4.
Excellent.
Okay.
Excellent. Everybody's single.
Yes, very good, very good, very good.
So now I think we can talk about the 2 shows. There's 2 musicals happening.
Yeah. The year 1s and 2s, and the year 3s and 4s.
Yeah.
So that just takes the roommates out of it. But we haven't decided how old Zach is.
I think Zach is new.
You think? Okay.
I think it would be odd that it's just like, I've been here the whole time. My name's Zach. And I'm the lead now. I think Zach comes with
surprise
Maya and... What's her name? What's Kira?
Kira.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
Okay. Who are the leads?
This is difficult. Who were the leads last time?
It was Zach and Ashley.
It was Zach and Ashley, okay.
And then Steve and Tanner both did not get parts. Melody got, like, supporting lead.
Okay. So Melody Ashley's having her redemption arc, right?
Mm-hmm. But she was the lead last year.
She was the lead last year, so maybe for educational purposes they can't give it to her again.
Yeah. What if... Because I remember she got still a decent role in the first season, but she took it poorly. What if she gets a similarly sized role and we see the growth?
I mean, she takes it. Yeah, okay.
She's excited.
She's excited.
I can do so much with this. So exciting.
Okay.
Why? Why? No, actually, that can't happen. I'm a liar.
Oh, okay.
I'm a liar. I was gonna say Steve and Maya should be the leads. But we can also do that with many other characters.
True. Maybe we haven't seen Steve in a lead yet, have we?
No, we have not.
I think we should give Steve a lead.
Okay, I think this is Steve's moment. This is baritone role.
Yes.
I'm doing Sweeney Todd. And then, is there just another character? Can it be these 4 every single time? Like, is there another girl that we haven't met yet?
Yeah, maybe. It could be another thing of like Ashley sees them on stage and goes, I really am in love.
Yeah.
And that's how they get together at the end.
Mm-hmm.
Is she like confesses her love to him in the wings.
That's great. Not that that's a great thing. It's perfect for what we're doing. But in terms of real life, working in theater, and insane. You've been the love of my life since the first day. Yeah. Would it happen? Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Amazing. I think it's just another girl, because it's also like we need background characters, like, you know,
Steve
like
and Rando,
characters that are in like
that are just around. They have their like side storylines in one of our 22 episodes every season.
yeah, like they're around. They're like Kirk.
They're like in the projects.
They're there.
Yeah, they come in for like a funny haha moment.
Yeah. So the audience knows who they are, but like we don't harp on them. It's just like, wow, they got to lead. That's exciting. And Steve, wow. What about my boy Tanner?
Tanner. He's not the lead.
Which is unfortunate. Fortunate,
but he's experienced a lot of growth, so he's
chill.
He takes it fine.
He's chill, but I think he gets like secondary lead.
Yeah.
He's good.
He's a support. All right.
And then Melody, newly humbled a little bit. Does she get... Ooh, maybe that's where we can bring in the drama. They're both, like, smaller characters, but their characters are together all the time.
I like it.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
To sort of... Because we do need to bridge that gap a little bit.
Yeah.
So I think... Yeah. Their roles are interconnected in some way.
I like it.
Like, even I'm picturing, like, a villain sidekick moment.
And they, like...
It would be really fun.
Yeah, yes. And they're, like, getting... Like, the director's giving them notes, and they're being, like really... huff puff about it.
Yeah. We nailed it. Excellent.
I'm like, guys, can we be professional? And they're like, no.
And the junior production,
which has Maya.
Maybe Kira gets her moment.
Kira? Yeah, we can give Kira her moment. And then we've got Zach, too.
Zach and then other people. Zach was the lead last year, so I don't know.
Maybe he's just goated.
I think Zach's just
I think Zach just
gets it every time.
I think Zach is the lead, and that's fine.
I love it.
Is Kira with anyone?
No.
She's about to be.
With who?
I don't know, Zach.
Zach
No, he's gay. That's not right. I forgot. I have it in his notes.
Why do you think question mark?
I don't know, because we were still deciding.
I remember being very solid, and he's gay. You know, we're letting Zach do Zach.
It's
gay.
gay.
Okay, well, that's true. We do need... Kira and Zach are the leads.
Yes.
And then Zach can help, because you're right. With the nature of this TV show, all the characters
They're
need
all
to
in
be
love.
dating someone at all times. Kira is uninterested.
No.
Uninterested without, So maybe Kira... Kira's... Who should she fall in love with?
Does she fall in love with one of our four? Or does she fall in love with a rando?
I think a rando.
A rando?
I'm getting rando.
Okay.
Because I also want, just for more plot and more, like, these stories to be sort of disconnected from each other, you know what I mean?
What if we get Kira to fall in love with someone, but he's in love with Zach?
Our poor girl Kira. I love it.
And we've got David.
Is that his name?
I guess.
Okay. Okay. I love it. Kira likes David. bet David's in love with Zach. But then, you know what, because Kira tells Zach all about it, so then when Zach realizes, he, like, feels bad, like, he doesn't want to go for it.
I like it.
Because his friend, Mrs. August... Oh, for season 4.
Yes. We'll leave it for season
Plot
4.
for season 4.
And I guess is our big thing Ashley and Steve getting together then? Is that our big season finale?
I think so, yeah.
All right.
And the viewer's like, what's going on? Crazy.
What's happening in the wings?
What's happening? I love.
I'm just imagining
so
like
good.
the director is sitting like far stage left and like can see into the wings and it's just Steve and Ashley making out.
And then you
like
know what's
during the
also,
show, he misses his cue.
I love that because then they have to face. They're together in the 4th season, but they're facing the consequences of this unprofessionalism.
Misconduct. Yes.
Excellent.
Very good.
Excellent. We're setting up this 4th season well.
For season 4,
I think we need to write down all the things we've said for season 4 because I feel like we don't need to talk about it anymore. We have all the plot. Okay, so Steve and Ashley are together, but their conflict is with like a teacher. Is with, you know, the teachers don't like them anymore because they're like, you should have been professional.
Unprofessional.
That's their first season, their first half of the season arc.
Mm-hmm. Steve and Ashley are in trouble.
Excellent. From their shenanigans in the wings.
In the wings! In the wings!
Okay,
Theater.
and now we have also the Kira David storyline,
I really like that love triangle.
which of course, how does that long go all season, or is that, you know, like is that a full season arc or is that a half season arc?
I think that might be a half season arc.
I think it's a half season arc too. Because I think Kira will be pretty understanding when she's like, oh, not my team. Cool.
Yeah. Well, shall we leave it at this?
I think maybe.
And then revisit?
I think we should.
I think so as well.
This is very exciting.
This is great.
I think that was way better than I thought it would be.
No, I'm very
I
invested
thought we were
in
going to
this.
get really monotonous and then
No.
we kind of crushed, not gonna lie.
We kind of killed it.
I love it.
So thank you for joining us,
Thank you for
all
watching.
30 of
All
you.
30 of you. Please
For-
help us with our goal of reaching
31 subscribers. And thank you for watching. #FireEmoji.
Emoji.
See you next time.
Bye.
Ka-ciao.